This video is going to talk about how to use Google Classroom and all the tips and tricks that come with it. So, first thing, to get to Google Classroom from anywhere, you're going to go to the address bar and type in classroom.google.com. When you get there, mine's going to look a little bit different because I have classrooms where I'm a teacher and classrooms where I'm a student. But you're going to notice that you have classes where some, if not all of them, have the time frame of when you are meeting built into them so that you can see when you're supposed to be where. Now, before we even click on a class, we're going to go over to this really cool to-do section. This to-do section is going to show that I have 2 lessons without a due date that are still due. I have nothing due this week, I have nothing due next week, and I have nothing due later. That'll probably change as you see your classroom and the year gets going. I can see that I have no missing assignments. Hooray! And that I have 2 assignments that are done with no due date. I have 0 assignments done early, 0 due this week, 0 due last week, and 0 done earlier. Now, if I go over to the assigned section, let's say I want to look at one of these assignments that I have been assigned. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to see the name, who assigned it, when it was assigned, how many points. That probably won't be super important. Class, just because I don't think I'm going to be using the points in Classroom so much as on Progress Book, but we're going to see how that goes. Class comments will probably be disabled, so I wouldn't stress about that. Private comments, I can send a message asking the teacher a question about this, and they can reply to me, and that's simply a one-on-one thing. And then I have my work over here. Now, you can see that right now it tells me to add or create my work, which means I haven't done anything yet. I also have this really tempting mark as done button. Please do not mark something as done until the work is actually done and attached to the assignment. You're going to end up in conversations that you're probably not going to want to be involved in, or we're going to be calling home or messaging home to check in to make sure that everything's okay if you are submitting empty assignments. Please don't put yourself in that position. If you do realize that if you do try to submit, it will tell you, hey, you didn't attach work, so your teacher will just see that it's done, but they won't see any work. Let's go ahead and mark that as done anyways. You can see that I haven't attached any work and I need to. I need to unsubmit it, which means I'm going to use this really cool unsubmit button. I'm going to hit unsubmit, and it reminds me, don't forget to resubmit once you're done. I'm going to unsubmit, and now I'm going to try to actually attach my work. I can attach work from Google Drive. I can just put a link to somewhere if that's the assignment. I can attach a file. I can also create an entirely new file. When I'm done, I'm going to make sure that I hit that mark as done. Go back over to classes. You also have a really cool calendar that will probably show you what assignments are due and when. I don't have any assignments due at any time, so I can't really show that off right now, but you can also filter just by one class at a time if you use this drop-down menu. Now, let's go ahead and let's go into one of these classes. Let's go into my math classroom because it's mine. So I'm going into the math classroom. I should be here from 9:10 to 10:40. When I click on this, I have a number of things that I can see here. I can see the name of the class, and the teacher will probably be in there too. That way the teachers can keep it organized. I can see the time. I can see the Meet link. That is where I would be clicking to join up into my classroom. That link will change on here right after this video, so don't worry about that too much. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that because I'm not getting into Google Meet right now. I can see upcoming work. I have nothing due soon, which is very exciting. I can see my work from different classes. I can see work that's been reviewed. We're not working with that right now, though. There is also a drop-down menu right here, which contains a link. Well, it should be a link. Obviously, it's not. Contains a link to my classroom. I will look into the actual link in a minute. But when I go to that link, I'm going to see that I am at the Math Links website, which is going to have a lot of links that we're going to talk about in class. These are coming. They're going to be so cool. You can see the home page, the classroom schedule. That's just for my homeroom. There are general links on here that may apply. There's progress book. If you don't know how to get to Google Classroom after this video, there's Google Classroom. There's also some tech links in there, all sorts of stuff, and that'll be growing as the year goes on. But that's something that's definitely in there. And then when we go over to classwork, we can see that there are assignments in this classwork. I'm going to do my best to only attach emojis to things that have to be done. So, for example, on this first day, there's nothing on here that needs to be done. But you can see some materials in here. You can see a description in here. I'm trying to put as much information as I can so that it fits everybody and the way that we're all participating in class. If we go down here, this has a little emoji next to it, which means I'm going to look for the emoji in the materials. I see some intro videos. I see a link in there. And I also see the same emoji that was up top. That's going to lead me to an assignment that I should be completing. That is what I would be marking as done. Other than that, you can see the calendar, you can see the class drive folder, there's the people and the grades tab, and that's a lot of what you need to know about Google Classroom. Thanks for watching.